Thank you all for coming tonight or for watching on the live stream. My name is Kurt Baker, and I'm running for re-election to Town Council. I grew up in Calgary, met my wife at U of C, and have never second-guessed our decision to move back to her hometown to raise our two boys, now young men. I'm a father, kinsman, former soccer coach, and my wife, Janice, and I are closing in on our 19th year owning Great Kitchen Shop on Main Street. To touch on kinsman, we finished the Rosedale Park revitalization last year, and we raised a little more for future projects at Oktoberfest this past weekend. Service clubs are rewarding and necessary. So if you have time, check them out. Kinsman, Cadets, Rotary, Elks, all the church groups. Your community needs you. And touching on soccer, I coached for 6 seasons, 4 trips to provincials, all credit to the boys. But more importantly, Stettler won the Team Sportsmanship Award 3 separate years at provincials. I promoted teamwork and positivity and created a structure in which the boys could succeed, and then I left them to it. And that's how I try to counsel as well. My style is to show up, be present, listen, and put the work in to find practical solutions. I have love, appreciation, and gratitude for life, both my own and everybody else's. Together, we all make up this community, and we should all contribute however we can. Every little effort, or every drop, helps fill the bucket, and that's why I want to continue to serve. Stettler's a great town. We're blessed with an abundance of people who are engaged and committed to their community, as evidenced by all the people up here and all of you who showed up tonight. That keeps Stettler strong. Administration's been combing through the budget looking for greater efficiencies, but there aren't many to be found. After 4 years on council, I truly appreciate how well Stettler runs. Responsible, forward-thinking, cost-conscious, and there's a real positive culture. Town employees consistently do an amazing job year after year. I've learned and contributed a lot, and I'd like the opportunity to bring more experience back to this role. Once a job has begun, never stop until it's done. Looking ahead, there's always more work to be done. We're blessed to be sheltered here from some of the instability in the world, and I'll make sure Stettler remains a great place to live for young families, seniors, and everyone in between. I'm running again because I care about Stettler, and I know with attention we can stay strong together. So thank you. I'd be honored to have your support again.
Good evening, friends and neighbors. Thank you to everyone who has taken time out of their busy schedules to come out tonight. I would like to thank the Stettler Regional Board of Trade and the Stettler Public Library for hosting this forum. To my fellow candidates, it is truly inspiring to see the caliber and diversity of the candidates here tonight and stepping up to serve our community. With 9 candidates running for council and 2 for mayor, we should be able to build a diverse and capable council built on respect, collaboration, and compromise. My name is Cheryl Barrows, and I'm proud to be running for re-election to the Stettler Town Council after serving our community for the past 8 years. Born and raised in Stettler, I've always been proud to call Stettler home. After completing my legal assistant diploma at Red Deer College, I returned to Stettler to build both my career and start my family. I've raised my 2 children here and now enjoy watching my grandchildren grow in the same community that shaped me and my family. I've had the honor of serving on Stettler Town Council for the past 2 terms, where I've gained valuable experience in decision-making, collaboration, compromise, and community leadership. As someone who works hard every day and works more than one job, I understand firsthand the challenge of balancing rising utility costs, grocery bills, gas prices, and everyday expenses while still trying to provide for our families. I will endeavor to keep that perspective in mind while working for our residents. As Town Council, we should always be looking for ways to keep Stettler affordable and accessible for all our residents. I am passionate about seeing our business community thrive because a strong local economy benefits everyone. One of the most important steps we can take to support our businesses is to commit to working with developers and builders to help meet our housing gaps. When people have access to safe, affordable, and accessible homes, it becomes easier to attract and retain workers, which in turn helps our local businesses and our community thrive and grow responsibly for years to come. When you become a councillor, you are appointed to several committees to serve on. I believe that service on council committees isn't just about me taking a seat at that committee's table. It's about working for them. I believe in showing up, contributing, and rolling up my sleeves to make sure those committees thrive. Strong committees mean stronger community outcomes, and that takes more than a title. It takes action. As an elected official and a lifelong member of the community, I believe it is important to give back, not only through council decisions, but also working alongside my friends and neighbors to help make Stettler be a better place to live. Roles such as being an active and longtime member of the Stettler Cadets and 8 years on the Stettler Health Services Foundation has shown me the importance of keeping connected and committed to the people I serve. With deep roots and a lifelong commitment to our town, I am dedicated to helping Stettler thrive today and for future generations.
Thank you to the Board of Trade and Stettler Public Library for organizing this event, to my fellow candidates for being here, and most importantly, thank you to the people of Stettler who've come out tonight to listen, engage, and show that you care about the future of our town. My name is Sharon Fisher, and I'm honored to stand before you as a candidate for Stettler Town Council. Stettler has been my home for the past 27 years. It's where I've raised my children, and today I feel incredibly fortunate to have 2 beautiful grandchildren growing up in this area as well. I've spent over 30 years in education, most of which as school principal. And while I've retired from that role, I know I still have a great deal to offer this community. I've always believed that leadership is about listening, building trust, and working alongside others to create something better. As a school principal, my days were filled with collaboration, problem solving, budgeting, planning, and most importantly, caring about people. I see many of those same responsibilities reflected in the role of town councillor. I'm not running on a platform of promises or predetermined priorities. I believe our town already has a strong foundation. What I will do is listen to the people of Stettler, learn what matters most to you, and represent your voices with honesty and integrity at the council table. I bring a fresh perspective, a heart for service, and confidence to ask questions, offer alternatives, and support thoughtful community-focused decisions. Over the years, I've been actively involved in many parts of our community, from coaching and volunteering at Hat's Dinner Theaters to helping with the Festival of Lights and playing a key role in several major curling events that Stettler has proudly hosted. I currently serve as president of Connect Club and often volunteer at my church, along with many other events, activities, and initiatives. Stettler isn't just where I live, it's our community, and I'm committed to it. While I won't offer a grand futuristic vision, I do believe in growth that is smart, balanced, and respectful of who we are. We need to explore new and innovative ways to expand our tax base, support local businesses, and ensure our town remains a place where families like yours and mine can thrive for generations. I am approachable, open-minded, and always willing to listen. I want to be a councillor who reflects the values of the people who live here, not just during election time, but every day. Thank you for the opportunity to serve, and thank you for your support.
This is Keith Friendship's Town Council bio. To all the residents, candidates for mayor, councillors for the town of Stettler, I wish to offer my sincerest apologies not for being able to attend this forum. I've been allowed to have this letter along with a short biography of my history to be read to you. We have lived in this amazing town since June of 2024, and because of the town and its people, we are very happy to be living here. I hope to meet as many people as I can during the rest of this election and to be able to spend some time with everyone I meet. Originally from Quebec, my wife and I have lived all over Canada as well as Germany. I've been involved in the retail business as well as the RV business in various management positions from 1977 to 2024. In 2003, I had the greatest honor working with the Canadian National Defence serving those who serve in both Bosnia and Germany until 2007. We returned to Canada in 2007 and I continued in the retail trade. And in 2012, we moved to the Yukon to be closer to our daughter and our new grandson. I recently retired from tourism and business management, and we relocated to the heart of Alberta, deciding this was the best place to buy our retirement home. The location, amenities, and the people we talked to during our search proved to us that Stettler is where we wanted to live. Since the day we arrived, we have been welcomed into this community. We are proud to say that we live here in Stettler. Since moving here, I have volunteered for a number of special events in town and will continue to do so. The Red Deer Trade Show 2025, representing the town of Stettler, Stettler Trade Fair 2025, Canada Day Parade 2025, and Stettler Fest 2025. There was also a couple quotes that come at the bottom, and you can get all of that information from his table at the back. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. It's a full house, and I'm really pleased that you're all here. I want to thank everyone who's here in person as well as those online, and thank you to Jane Scockapole for being our moderator. I don't know about you, but she scares me. Now, some of you know me from council, some from my business, some from the Heartland Youth Centre, and others may know me from my many volunteer moments in our schools. For over 3 decades, I've been part of every heartbeat in Stettler, not just in meetings and motions, but in mud, snow, and service. From flipping pancakes at rodeos and special events, to driving a school bus with our sports teams and field trips, to helping victims of crisis and loss as an advocate with victim services for over 22 years. I've always shown up when I'm needed. Because leadership isn't about ego, it's about being present for people, especially when it matters the most. And that's why I'm running for mayor. I want our town to stay fiscally responsible, community-oriented, and built on trust. My 8 years on town council is proof that I'm approachable, transparent, honest, and I believe that every citizen deserves to be heard. I want to collaborate with our local businesses, with Clearview Schools, and with our county partners, even if we disagree sometimes. And with the province, because Stettler deserves our share of support. My priorities are clear: safe, inclusive community service, continued infrastructure investment, recreation, housing, healthcare, thoughtful, well-planned budgets, and continually searching out grant funding for our major capital projects, and a strong, supported town of Stettler Fire Department. I've been an active and dedicated volunteer in our community, and it makes me uncomfortable to showcase my many accolades, but someone wiser than me said, humility isn't your friend in an election. So I'm proud to say that I was awarded the Queen Elizabeth II Platinum Jubilee Medal by our Finance Minister, Nate Horner. HYC honored me with a Volunteer Hall of Fame Award for my 30 years volunteering with the kids and hanging out. And just this past year, I was a recipient of the Larry Wilson Founders Award. I'm not a politician who shows up for the camera. I'm your neighbor who shows up, whether it's for a serious incident or make others laugh because something I've done on stage. Because I believe in the spirit of our community. So if you're looking for somebody who's honest, experienced, collaborative, and not afraid to tackle tough issues, I'd be honored for your vote. I am who I am. I'm authentic. I'm committed, and I am here, ready to serve the community I love. Thank you. My name is Gord Lawler.
What an honor it is to be here tonight. My name is Dean Lovell, and I'm running for mayor. For over 90 years, my family has called this town home. I'm a third-generation Stettlerite, a business owner, a husband, and a father. I can tell you that I understand the everyday challenges that we all face. I am not a career politician. I am running for mayor because our community deserves leadership that listens, acts, and delivers tangible results. The mayor's job is fundamentally about executive leadership and fiscal management. And that's exactly what I bring to the table. For over 30 years, I've been building and leading successful companies in Stettler, including Solution Corp, which has been nationally recognized 4 times as one of the fastest growing companies in Canada. I'm directly responsible for multi-million-dollar annual budgets, managing teams of 20+ people, and I've had to make tough budget decisions, negotiate complex contracts, create long-term strategic plans, and skills to transfer directly to the mayor's office. My lack of time on council means I bring a fresh perspective and a business-like efficiency to solving our town's problems. Free from any long-standing political entanglements, my job as mayor won't be to learn politics. It will be to listen to the residents and use common sense to solve our problems. My experience just isn't in the boardroom and business. It's been here in the community. I proudly served as a volunteer firefighter for 9 years. I've coached minor hockey for 8. I was honored to be chosen as Citizen of the Year in 2023. And I've spent the last 2 years as president of the Board of Trade. I'm currently the chairperson for the Stettler Health Professional Attraction and Retention Committee. This community engagement is where I find our true strength. Let me give you a recent example. When Stettler faced a severe doctor shortage, I didn't wait for a political solution. I took the initiative to create Stettler Needs Doctors. The result, our community and local municipalities collaborated in a single team. We successfully filled every doctor position in Stettler and even added 7 doctors in 13 months. This success comes at an outcome that no other town of our size has been able to accomplish. That's the power of Stettler, and that's the kind of result-focused leadership that I will offer to this town. While I'm proud of our past successes, critical challenges remain, particularly in housing and housing starts and affordability. My priority will be to streamline processes, attract builders and developers to address the urgent need for housing crisis we have in our community today. I'm committed to fiscal prudence and expanding our tax through smart business and development and additional housing and growth, not by continually burdening our existing taxpayers. I envision Stettler that is efficient, proactive, strategically positioned, and a leading hub in central Alberta. Through strong collaboration with our county, I will focus on results, not bureaucracy. Thank you very much.
My name is Dusty Medrell, and I'm running for Stettler Town Council because I believe in this community, in its people, its potential, and its future. My wife Reagan and I are raising our 2 kids here, and they are the 6th generation of our family to call Stettler home. That's not just a piece of history for us, it's a promise. A promise that this town will continue to be a place where families can grow, where seniors are supported, and where opportunity still lives close to home. Professionally, I've spent more than 2 decades in emergency services as a paramedic and healthcare leader, including 6 years as president of the Alberta Paramedic Association. I also had the honor of being appointed by Alberta's health minister to the Provincial EMS Advisory Committee and later on the Provincial Police Review Commission. Those experiences taught me how to build partnership, work with all levels of government, and deliver real results. Today, I serve as the Business Development Director for Rapid Care Logistics, and I'm proud to have relocated our company's head office to right here in Stettler, because I believe in investing locally and helping strengthen our community through economic prosperity within. My campaign is built on 3 principles: fairness, growth, and livability. Fairness means transparent decision-making, responsible spending, and ensuring every tax dollar works as hard as the families here. Growth means attracting and supporting new industries in healthcare, technology, advanced manufacturing, while empowering the small businesses that already make Stettler thrive. For me, and livability means investing in recreation, family spaces, healthcare access, and senior housing, so Stettler remains a place people are proud to live in at every stage of life. For me, council is about leadership that works, grounded in experience, accountability, and genuine commitment to this community. So tonight I'm asking for your confidence that I'll be the same dedication I've brought to my patients, my profession, and now my community, to serving you on Stettler Town Council. Thank you, and I look forward to hearing your questions.
My name is Jonathan Nichols, born and raised on a farm just east of Erskine, but I've lived in Stettler for the last 11 years, and I have no intention of ever leaving this town. Why do I want this position? Well, I would like to represent all of you. One thing with me is I don't like to sugarcoat things, and I like to get results as soon as possible. and work with a dedicated team such as the Stettler Town Council and with the mayor. A few of the things I want to really focus and work on is some of the stuff that makes this town run. That runs great. Make sure that we keep to our foundations and we keep everything running smooth, because it can happen. So, I mean, with me, I'm pretty open. Reach out to me anytime, and I look forward to representing each and every one of you. I appreciate it. Thank you.
My name is Scott Pfeiffer, and I'm proud to call Stettler my lifelong home. I was born and raised here. My family has deep roots in this community, spanning generations. I'm a husband to Sherry, who is a registered nurse who has served in our local healthcare system for over 40 years. I'm a father to 2 daughters, one a grade 6 teacher at Stettler Elementary School, and the other a probation officer in Edmonton. I'm a grandfather to 5 wonderful grandchildren. Our family's commitment to service and community runs deep, and I bring that same dedication to my role as on Town Council. I've had the privilege of serving on Stettler Town Council for the past 8 years, across 2 terms, and I'm seeking your support for a 3rd. My goal is simple: to continue advocating for the people and businesses of Stettler, ensuring our town remains a vibrant, safe, and thriving place to live, work, and raise a family. My experience as a local businessman, having operated our family's music and audio-video business for over 30+ years and 50 years with my father, has given me a strong understanding of the challenges and opportunities facing our local economy. I've also served on numerous boards and committees, including FCSS, Stettler Rotary Club, Board of Trade, Economic Development Board, Performing Arts Center Advisory Board, and Municipal Planning Commission, among others. These roles have allowed me to contribute meaningfully to our town's development and cultural life. I'm committed to supporting our healthcare system through active recruitment and retention of doctors, and I bring a unique perspective thanks to my wife's long career in nursing. I also champion high-quality services in recreation, parks, roads, utilities, fire protection, and policing. I'm proud of our town's sports programs, teams, coaching, events, and I will continue to promote this aspect of our town. Also, I am someone as a background in music. I'm passionate about promoting arts, theater, and cultural events that enrich our community. Stettler's low rental vacancy rate presents an opportunity for growth in housing development. I will advocate for a broader range of housing options, including seniors' residences, duplexes, affordable rental units to meet the needs of our residents. I also support efforts to grow our agriculture, oil, retail, and tourism sectors, and I will continue working along with the Board of Trade and Economic Development Committee to attract new businesses and visitors to our town. I'm grateful for the hard work of our current CAO, Leanne Graham, and all the town staff whose dedication makes our job as councillors easier and more effective. I thank previous councils for their responsible financial stewardship as well. With your support, I will continue to serve Stettler with honesty, integrity, and deep commitment to its future. I ask for your vote to re-elect me, Scott Pfeiffer, to Stettler Town Council.
A little bit about me. I'm a proud father to 3 amazing sons and 1 rescued lab cross dog. My other half, Caitlin, is a registered nurse here in this community as well. Our family loves this community. We love taking advantage of local amenities such as the rec center, pool, walking paths, and countless great parks, to name a few. I am deeply invested in this community as a homeowner and operating the local Cal Tire. Business is what originally brought me to Stettler, but what has kept me here has been the perfect mix of small town community and big city amenities available. I have learned over the past 11 years, Stettler is a great community to raise a family and run a business. Stettler's been great, but like any community, we do have challenges to overcome. Being in business and raising a family, I understand how tough economic times and perpetually increasing costs affect residents. Let's face it, Stettler is a 119-year-old community with aging infrastructure. Often taken for granted, things like clean, clear paved roads, clean water, sewer systems, parks, facilities, and programs all come at a major cost. If elected to council, my goal is to keep Stettler affordable while maintaining a high quality of life for us residents. This would be achieved through fiscally responsible decision-making. I am proud to have served 1 term as a councillor. My term started with a steep learning curve and doing my best to make informed decisions that would best serve our community. I am proud to have served on multiple boards over my term. I learned and I believe to be an effective, efficient government, we must get out of our silos and work together with all our community partners, such as police, community, or County of Stettler, healthcare providers, and many others. I commit to encouraging collaboration for the benefit of our communities. My other priorities include responsible spending for an affordable Stettler, supporting and incentivizing local economy, keeping Stettler safe and healthy, supporting healthcare providers, police, fire services, just to name a few, and backing family, youth, and senior community programs. I believe our government needs to be accountable, listen to, and understand communities' needs. As a councillor, I offer just that. I commit to listen to the residents, be transparent, and work on council to build the best Stettler possible. In conclusion, I'm deeply grateful to this community and humbled for once electing me to serve on council, and I'm asking again for the opportunity to continue serving this community for re-election. Thank you.
I first moved here in 2003 with the intent of opening my own chiropractic clinic, which I did. My wife and I have raised our 5 daughters here in town. And since we moved here, I've really learned to appreciate what Stettler has to offer. It's such an incredible place to live. I really appreciate the sense of community that we have, the care that I see people showing for one another, and how we all pull together to accomplish something and to make things better. Serving on town council for the last 8 years has been one of the most rewarding experiences of my life. I've been involved in a lot of different initiatives over that time. To name a few, the community orchard, the community gardens, the museum expansion, the planning for our parks and open spaces. I've been on the FCSS board for 8 years, and that organization has recently launched a volunteer driver program, which allows people to have transportation to the city for medical appointments and other things. It's a very well used and very appreciated program, and actually we need more volunteers, so that's my plea to you as well. But FCSS has also they support a number of programs that do things such as helping seniors to stay in their own homes longer. I'm proud to be able to continue to support that work that they do. I've also been involved with the airport, and we produced a master plan which allowed us to acquire a grant funding to rehabilitate our runway. It was in dire need of repair, and we were able to secure that and get that work done. And that's vital, not just for the recreation and for the commercial activities that happen there at the airport, but for the STARS fixed wing air ambulance that is now able to continue to serve our community and help with our healthcare. But the real accomplishment is not one project or one thing that we've come up with, but it's the way that council works together, and I've really appreciated being a part of that. We listen, we debate, we're respectful one with another, and that allows us to make thoughtful, balanced decisions that move Stettler forward. People tell me that I have a knack for asking the right question that helps to get to the heart of an issue so we can really debate it properly and figure out where we stand. And I think that comes from being both analytical and curious. So I come into the discussions with clear opinions, but I'm never afraid to listen, to learn, and to even change my mind if it's in the best interest of the community. And I believe that's one of the things that is important for good leadership. Strong views, but held with humility. I work as a chiropractor, and I see people from all walks of life every day, and I feel that allows me to be connected and grounded so that I can know what people want and help to bring those opportunities into the council chambers. I'm proud of all that we've accomplished together, and on October 20th, I'd be honored to have your support to be elected for another term. I'm Wayne Smith.
The town is experiencing a blight of thefts and property violations. There are daily Facebook posts about this problem. What measures will the town take to clamp down on this concerning problem? And will you prioritize the enforcement of bylaws and laws to clamp down on these problems?
Oh, good, we get to start with an easy question. Staff Sergeant Russell communicates with our CAO and council regularly. I'll do whatever I can to keep that one guy in jail, but there isn't much that I can directly do, except urge people, all citizens, to call the police and the town if they have any concerns. 'Cause even posting on Facebook is good. Stettler Connection, that gets everyone aware, but make it known to the town. You can submit a concern online, or there's green sheets that you can submit, and you get you hear back within 24 hours, right? We all need to look out for each other. We're aware of what's going on, and it's a very small number of people, and we're going to get to the bottom of it.
Thank you. Ms. Barrows, you have 1 minute.
Don't worry, As a community, I think we need to get to know our neighbors, to watch out what's happening with everybody. I also think that as far as bylaws, I agree with Kurt. You are all welcome to put in green sheets. The town staff is excellent at getting back to the people and dealing with the concerns. I think we're also very fortunate to have a student resource officer that works in the schools that can listen and hear they might hear what's going on and be able to put the pieces together for us. So, and that's all I can do.
I believe in listening, and I think as we listen to each other and come up with ideas, I think there's a wealth of knowledge in this room and in this community, and shared with council, I think we could come up with some solutions. It's definitely a problem that is difficult to address, but it's one that needs to be addressed, and I've spent a career collaborating. I've worked closely with resource officers in the schools, and I think this is not only a community issue, but all of us together need to work together. We need to work and come up with a solution. And if we're listening to you and coming up with ideas, then I think there is something we can do to get to the bottom of this. But we have to work together.
Being with VSU for 22 years, I was in the detachment a lot. Now, that was a number of years ago, but the problems haven't changed. Same bad actors, same prolific offenders, catch and release again. So when it comes to the RCMP getting, in my opinion, they get a bad rap because people say the cops aren't doing anything. Well, they do their job. They have body cams now, so that really helps, except now they have to do reports summarizing their body cam every day. So we need to find out ways to get them to be out policing more and doing less of the paperwork facet. When it comes to the term green sheet, that's kind of an internal term, so I'm going to give it another name, complaint form. If you want to fill out a green sheet, you're welcome to. They get acted on quickly, and I've got very proud of our staff and our bylaw officer for pursuing those and making sure they get looked after. So a green sheet is a complaint form.
This is certainly, just like Gord said, it's a very few people that are causing a lot of problem. And I think that one of the things that I was involved with earlier on is we, in the East Central Industrial Area, we have a patrol that we pay for all night long that patrols the entire East Central Industrial Area. You've probably seen the vehicle. And that's something that I think we could get a bigger swath of the community. The police just don't have the resources to do that. But having these, external sources that we've utilized has certainly cut down on the crime that we've experienced in the East Industrial Area. And having someone patrol every night, making sure that we're disrupting these people that are trying to commit a crime is something that we need to make it uncomfortable for them. So I'm really interested in seeing if we can expand that program to other parts of the community.
I think this is a great question. And, for us here, we have to have safe neighborhoods. And, it depends on where you live in town. where we live right now, I pretty much can leave my vehicle unlocked, not worry about it. But there are places here in town, and I've lived in them, where you don't know if someone that's in your yard, if they're breaking into your shed, if they're stealing something. In fact, I've been door knocking, and there was a place that I went to, and I knocked, and she told me, she's like, I was nervous to open the door because people have been trying to get into my house recently. And I thought you might have been one of those people, until she seen my blue sign, and then she was like, okay, I'll chat with you. But us as a community, we have to have a serious conversation here, because there is a municipal police service agreement. The feds have told RCMP they are going to exit community policing. I want us as Stettler to be at the forefront of that conversation. Make sure Stettler has enough police officers, we have people on the streets, and we can prevent this crime. Stettler is a regional hub, and we have to remember there's a lot of traffic through, and when people find out it's easy to break in stuff here, they will show up. Let's get ahead of it.
So my view on this is, I mean, we all gotta stick together, right? We all gotta be aware, gotta post things on Facebook, social media, whatever, word of mouth to neighbor. But I think one thing maybe we could work on is maybe get a few more police officers into Stettler, right? And like I said, making it harder for these criminals to commit crime after crime, time and again. But it comes down to us sticking together as a community and not bowing down to this that's going on. So I am, like I said, I'm committed to that, committed to working with the team if I get elected to, like I said, bringing in more police officers, bringing in more enforcement.
I'm in agreement with much of what has been said. We do have the green sheets that a lot of people aren't aware of, and anytime there is issues that come up, you can fill out these green sheets online or in person at the town office and bring your concerns. And we have a bylaw officer in the office on a daily basis. We do receive regular reports from our RCMP. We work closely with them. I do think it is a community effort as well. I think that it's up to each individual citizen to report and to make others aware of what is going on. And hopefully as a community, we can help stop some of this crime in our area. And like I say, it's a few bad actors, and there are people that come through the community from other areas that make it bad for everybody. Thank you.
So in regards to theft and property violations, like what measures the town would take, it sure would be nice if we had the force available and the power and justice to lock them up and throw away the key. But unfortunately, our system is a catch and release system that's broken far above our level. How would we prioritize that? I think it should be nice to add on more RCMP or more bylaw, but that comes at an extreme cost to us. And we always have to weigh out, what can we afford, what's responsible to our community. So in the meantime, it's maybe not feasible to add on multiple more enforcement for a catch and release system, but we can prioritize community policing and engaging with our law enforcement and making it known. Like it's been said, we're a community, we need to get out, report these crimes to the right people and make sure it's known so we can take care of it. Thank you.
A lot of good comments so far, and I agree with most of what's been said. This is a challenging topic to address because most of it is above our jurisdiction. We are not the RCMP, we're just the town council. But having said that, some community vigilance is definitely in order. Getting to know your neighbors, as was said, and it's sometimes just turning on an outside light that goes a long way to reducing that risk of people causing mischief around your area. I will say we recently had a rash of graffiti, and I give my hats off to the town employees who worked so hard to clean that up as quickly as possible and get our community looking good again. This is a big problem, and it's not just germane to Stettler, it's all over the place. But as we work together and try to look out for each other, I think we can make an impact. I'm on the School Resource Officer Committee, and they do a great job with the school and reporting through the police chief to us, and so we have a good relationship there.
What are or what should be Stettler's priorities? You have 1 minute.
I think right now our biggest priority would be housing. We have very low vacancy rates in rentals. Our housing market is light, and I think that affects businesses being able to move in, because you can't move in if you have nowhere for your workers to live.
I believe that we need smart, balanced growth in Stettler, the kind that strengthens our economy and without changing who we are as a town. That means supporting local businesses, attracting new opportunities that align with our values, and investing in amenities that make Stettler a great place for families. I think that growth serves our community.
Chicken or the egg? Bring business to town, they don't have places for their workers to live. Building housing can attract business. It's a very challenging thing. All of our local builders are all really busy, and that's an awesome thing. That's terrific for our community. We have last 2 years engaged at the Red Deer Home Show, and our council and our mayor have been at the Red Deer Home Show and talking with the public, engaging with larger developers, talking with people, trying to get them to come to Stettler and take a look at building here. We have different opportunities that we've been pursuing, and the challenge is they have to make sure it's profitable, and it's really tough. It's an expensive market out there for developers. So we're doing everything we can, and we need to continue doing all that we can.
Well, this one's near and dear to my heart. This is one of the things I'm running on. We need to attract builders. We need to make sure that we have favorable bylaws, favorable positions so that they want to come to town and develop here. You know, the town commissioned a study in 2024 indicating we needed 250 houses to be built by 2031. That's 40 houses a year from now until then. We're building 5 last year, the year before. So we need to do something to engage builders, to bring them to our community, to build new houses. If I needed to hire 10 more people in my business, I have no place to house them. I have 4 driving back and forth from Red Deer every day right now. So it is inhibiting growth of our businesses in our community, and we have to figure out how to solve that problem and enticing builders to come to our community. It might not be local builders. We might end up having to bring builders from bigger communities. You know, Drumheller is building 40 houses a year. We need to be able to do that here.
Great answer so far. And, you know, for us here, I think a few priorities is we need to have some fairness with our tax dollars. Right now, 56 or nearly over 50%, 56% of our budget is coming from grants and provincial grants, federal and provincial. That's not sustainable when we have a province and a federal government that's saying they're going to rein in on spending. Second thing is we need to make sure that we are getting that smart economic growth. So our kids have a place to raise and stay here. You know, we don't want them to have to leave Stettler to go get a job. And then of course we do need to invest in that livability. Make sure our seniors have the places here, they have the doctors, the healthcare they need, and the support they need. Because we have seniors here right now that are worried they're going to have to move out of town because they can't find the housing, and they also can't get the care and support they need. So.
For me, I think what a important thing to do is make sure we keep up on our fundamentals, such as like water, keep that going. Make sure places like the hospital
Jonathan,
Yes.
you have to get comfortably close to that microphone.
There we go. Is that better? Make sure we stick to our fundamentals, like such as say like water. Make sure we stick to like with the hospital with our police force. Make sure our funding stays there, and we have that to rely on. Like I said before, if we lose one of those, we're broken cogs.
Yeah, I agree with much of what has been said. Like Gord says, is the chicken for the egg, and we need affordable rental housing. We've had a very low vacancy rate in this town for many, many years, and we need more housing, more affordable housing, and we need to attract new businesses. But again, you need that housing for those businesses. That we need to support our agricultural business, and I would like to see some type of more agricultural add-on business for our area. We're in a great area for agriculture, of course, oil and retail, tourism. I think we have a great tourist area. We have the Alberta Prairie Steam Tours, which brings people from all over the world, which is great. Building or attracting new business and housing are two of the top issues.
Okay. Well, I hate to sound like a broken record, but it's kind of been the theme of my 4 years on council is we don't have enough housing and we need to build adequate stock and we need to figure this out. So I still think that's really high on the priority list, but I think we need to look at it from different perspectives, collaborate with developers and other communities and figure out what we need to do. Look at communities that are having success, that are building lots of housing and the right kind of housing as well. It makes it really tough with that chicken and the egg thing. We need to figure out what kind of incentives we need to put in place to help encourage development and put the housing in place. Also on that list, I want to add really high on the priority list is the doctor recruitment has been fantastic. We have them in place. We need to prioritize retaining them and what kind of things we need to do to look forward down the road, and not just doctors, all health professionals, and keep nimble on that front, because we can't grow and then be in a situation where we can't provide a healthy community for our residents.
Guess what I'm going to say? Housing is very important. And that's why we commissioned a housing survey to be done a couple of years ago. And that provided us some really solid, tangible evidence of what we have and what we need. So we're aware of the problem now, and the question is, how are we going to get there? And that's not an easy thing to do, but we are working on it. The other thing, it's not quite as sexy, but infrastructure. We have an aging community. Some of our infrastructure is decades old, and we have to replace some underground pipelines and such. If we neglect that, we're going to have a huge problem. So it's not something that you get to see on the surface, but every year we got to dig down and replace some pipes. So that needs to continue to be a priority, or it's going to bite us in the long run.
Thank you. Now we're going to come back to this end of the table. Kurt Baker will answer.
Feedback? No, good. Wayne stole my answer. He said the not so sexy stuff. I have written down the unsexy stuff, like water mains and sewer. So my priorities are pretty simple: remaining stable, and then working the long-term infrastructure plan that we have. We do have it. It's citywide software, but we have like $50 million worth of work to be done in the next 10 to 20 years. And it is partly reliant. We don't want to be skyrocketing the property tax rate. We do need to go after provincial and federal grants. So that's going to take strong advocacy efforts towards the provincial government. And then for other town priorities, we have annual strategic planning sessions. So every year, all council gets in with all the town staff and everybody brainstorms. So lots of little things get checked off the list, but that my priority is infrastructure as well.
Question number 3. Healthcare is a significant concern in Stettler. In the past year, we've gone from having only 6 doctors with multiple emergency closures to now, a year later, we are finally staffed for the Stettler region with 14 doctors and a nurse practitioner. How do you suggest we work with the doctors to ensure we don't get in that situation again?
Well, I would start by commending the board that worked together to attract the doctors. The whole Stettler Needs Doctors initiative was extremely successful. And I think, well, I know brought awareness to our entire town about the importance of it. And I think that awareness is a really big first step in ensuring that we don't go backwards and have that problem again. We have an excellent community, and we need to continue to provide opportunities for families, for youth groups, for our seniors, and just by having those things in our town, we're going to be able to keep the doctors and the other people that move to our town.
I want to commend the Stettler Needs Doctors Organization Committee, the Doctors Attraction and Retention Committee, for the job well done. The beautiful part about it is the Regional Board of Trade, the executive director, has taken a number of doctors on tours of our town and showed them about what the town has to offer. And that is funded by the town. The collaboration between the county partners and the town, it's an expensive proposition to keep our doctors incentivized to come to town. Doctors also attract doctors. They say, hey, come to town. There's an incentive. 4% of your 6% tax increase last year was directly related to the new budget line of incentives for doctors. So it all comes at a cost, but we're all in this together. Next is retention, figuring out how to keep that going.
Well, this one was lobbed at me, and it's a good one because I'm near and dear to it. As the chairman of the Stettler Needs Doctors and the Stettler Health Recruitment Committee, we are working tirelessly to bring new doctors. We're actually looking at opportunities to bring doctors that are IMGs that aren't already capable of being a doctor. We've got a couple in our community that are training to get their QMC2 test. We're bringing them in so that they can fill in the 3 to 5 year range when they become a doctor. So, we're looking at opportunities to look down the road. We know that we're going to have some doctors that are going to be retiring, and we need to be able to have a backfill position for that. So we are currently working with that. We brought one doctor for sure. He's working with Dusty right now, and he's going to get his finish his QMC2, and he's going to be a doctor, 2 or 3 years down the road. So we do have a process in place, and I believe that if we continue to do that, we will be able to ensure that we have enough doctors as people retire.
Yeah, hats off to you guys for doing that initiative. It was something we haven't seen in other communities, and it's been a huge success. But we also have to now start thinking about that retention. I know you guys all touched on it, but we have to think about what is going to keep doctors here. One, we have to have the livability. We've got to have the space for the doctor and their families to want to live here. The second thing is we have to think about work-life balance. We all think that it's great to be a doctor and be on call 24/7, but that's not what really keeps them here. So we have to think about programs like collaborative emergent care models, work with the province on that, get Stettler on that list, so doctors have a good work-life balance. But also, we have to create professional development opportunities for them. Doctors will eventually say, I'm going to go to the city because I want to do surgery or I want to do this procedure. It's important here that we bring that type of growth to Stettler so that they stay, and we can do it. It's already been shown it can be done, and we can do that, and I'm excited to see us do it as a community.
First of all, I'm going to sound like a broken record here, but great job to all of you for town and for the county for bringing in our 7 new positions that we've got. Great. So the next thing, like I said, is going to be retention. I think if we keep showing that that's what a great community we are, stay focused on that and keep things going here, like such as say the rec center, make sure everything here is provided for these people, like, for their new families to do. And yeah, that's pretty much like I'll think of right now at this time.
A lot of good comments, and I also commend the Stettler Needs Doctors program. It's been very successful. We were in a crisis situation a year and a half ago, and we're in much better shape now because of a lot of new doctors and still some in the wings. Fortunately, we are partnering with the County of Stettler to provide financial incentives to bring in doctors, but I think we need to keep our foot on the pedal and not only bring in doctors, but keep them retained here. I like some of the comments about providing more opportunities for training or newer ways of having more services that we could offer maybe as a community, like other communities are doing in medical field. So that's all I have to say.
First off, I can't say enough good about Stettler Needs Doctors and the work done by the Board of Trade. It's just been absolutely phenomenal. I think, how do we avoid this position in the future? Well, we know the doctors brought doctors. We need to keep the conversation going. This all came about through a lot of collaboration between different parties. Stettler Needs Doctors, the town, the county. There was multiple conversation with clinics, staff, hospital, AHS, the College of Physicians. This wasn't just one party, and we have to keep going down that same route. We got to also realize we could end up in the same situation if we don't have enough nurses. We don't have healthcare aides. It's a big, broad picture, and I think being at the forefront and know what's happening in our community is going to be the key to our success. So, this has been off the side of one person's desk to keep this organized. I think a coordinator for this kind of position is going to be critical in the future, keeping this going.
Similarly, I'm thankful for everything that you've said. The committee to bring doctors has been very impressive in what they've been able to do. Part of that committee's name is recruitment and retention. So it's built into their mandate already as a committee to work on those pieces. This is kind of a bittersweet topic because I want to acknowledge that it's very expensive to incentivize doctors here, and we shouldn't have had to do that in the first place. This is a complete failure of the provincial government to organize their system appropriately in the Alberta healthcare system. Fortunately, we rose together as the town of Stettler to solve a problem that got dumped in our laps, and so far it's been working very well, and I hope that we can continue to do that despite some frailties in the upper levels of government. So I'm very grateful for what we've done, and I think we can do a good job to keep the doctors here that we already have.
Okay, I'll say more of the same. The Healthcare Professional Attraction and Retention Committee is going to work hard to retain and continue to work hard to attract. So it's kind of they'll have their work cut out for them. They did an amazing job. I believe we were the most successful rural municipality likely in the country at recruiting doctors. So I just want to mention that maybe goes beyond the incentives too, because other towns were offering incentives as well. We've got something special here in Stettler, and we also need to care for what we have.
I'm going to go retention here. I think it's our job as citizens to help make these doctors and their families welcome in our community and engage them in our community. If we don't get them involved and in our community and feel welcome, they're not going to stay. And it's all of our jobs to make that happen. And two, I'd like to thank the Stettler Needs Doctors, the town, the county. We all worked together to make this happen, and I think we need to continue to do that to retain our doctors.
With the Stettler Regional Fire Department splitting into county and town fire departments, and the town department having 70% less call volume than they did under the Stettler Regional Fire Department, do you think town council and administration can justify increasing full-time staff from the equivalent of one full-time salaried position 50% of 2 chief positions were paid for by town ratepayers, ? Also, there is another question, which I think is important. With the split between the town and county fire departments, are we going to have enough firefighters to respond to an emergency when called? Okay.
I'm sorry, I'm going to have to ask you to repeat that question for me. There's a lot to it.
Okay. With the Stettler Regional Fire Department splitting into town and county fire departments, and the town department having 70% less call volume than they did under the Stettler Regional Fire Department, do you think town and council administration can justify increasing full-time staff from the equivalent of 1 full-time salaried position, 50% of 2 chiefs that were paid for by town ratepayers? ? And then there was concern about, are we going to have enough firefighters to respond in an emergency?
Okay, well, that's detailed. When it comes to the fire department, I'll use the word divorce. It has been challenging for both the county and for the town. And when it comes to the addition of 2 new firefighter positions in the town, first off, the chief and the fire chief have been paid for by the town 100% all along. When we went regional, then we split the regional manager's wage, and the county's fire chief was paid 100% by the county. The 2009 firefighter or fire department underwriter audit that was done, now that's 2009, that's a long time ago now. And the reality of the information, it said that one of the critical things that needed to be done was adding 2 positions to our local fire department. Going regional prevented us from having to do that. Now with the change, 2025, we're adding 2 positions that was recommended strongly in 2009. 1 minute's not nearly enough.
So I was not on council, and I have as much knowledge of what happened with the fire department, be the town and county, as anyone else in this room. So I can't comment at all on what happened with the town and the county and the breakdown in communication that occurred there. But I will tell you this: I'm committed to understanding what happened, and I'm committed to understanding if it's salvageable in any way, shape, or form, and we can get it back to where it needed to be before. As a firefighter, I can tell you also that as serving as a firefighter for 9 years in the Stettler Fire Department, you can have the best equipment in the world sitting in your fire hall, but if you don't have trained firefighters to use it, it is absolutely useless. So we need to make sure that we have trained firefighters that are committed to both the town and the county. There's crossover training for both of them. I don't believe we have enough people in our community to staff a volunteer firefighter for the county and the town separately. I think it's something we have to really work on to make sure we have that collaboration between the two if we maintain separation.
As someone that's been in emergency services for 22 years, I can tell you that when you duplicate services, it does cost more at the end of the day. And I've heard this at the door quite a bit. People are wondering, why are we doing this? Well, I can't speak to the historical context, but I definitely can tell you that we're putting the firefighters in the middle of this. They work hard, they come volunteer, and we're losing them. And now it seems like the town has responded by hiring 2 more full-time firefighters to compensate. I've been on a fire department, and I know that when you start losing volunteers, the go-to is to hire people. Now, I've also heard that this will save money, but the reality is we're losing call volume. Call volume is revenue. MVCs are revenue. They're on provincial highways. We lose that. And I've also heard, well, because we'll do less calls in the county, we'll save money. Well, the agreement is that the town pays 100% of theirs, the county pays 100% of the calls that go there, but the revenue is shared. At the end of the day, the math says it's going to cost us more, and we're putting the firefighters in the middle of it, and I don't think we should do that.
Thank you.
Me not being able to serve on prior councils, I've got to say I'm going to be the first one to do this. I'm going to have to pass because I just don't know enough about it and to give you the correct response and answer.
Yeah, it's been a difficult time on council regarding fire department. We support our volunteer firefighters. We want to see them receive the best training and serve both on the county and the town fire departments. There's a lot of other issues in the background. I'll have to pass this on too.
So, this is not a decision that was taken lightly by any party in this that was involved. All I can speak to is, our fire department has changed a lot over the last 20 years. From what I understand, since fire, the regional started in 2005, hours have doubled. From what I understand, town and county needs are different, and it has not worked. And we tried reiterating the agreement, and it did not work. So we can't keep doing the same thing over and over again. We have a commitment to provide quality service to our residents, and we are doing what we can to provide that. Our analysis has provided that it's going to be less cost to our ratepayers and the people we're responsible to, and we're always going to look out for our neighbors. And hopefully, it's going to always be mutual. It's part of the collaboration there. And yes, we also have to look out for succession. So I think the roles are imperative in our fire department.
I agree with that as well. It's important to understand, this is a complex question, but it's important to understand that the town and county have very different needs when it comes to firefighting. And we tried as hard as we could to make that work in a regional model, but ultimately we just couldn't reconcile the way things were happening. I give you my word or my confidence, whatever it's worth, that we will see savings when all the dust settles and we can kind of get these things ironed out. The town will be in a good position, will be in a better position to provide the fire services that we need in this community, and there will be cost savings to the taxpayers.
Yes, I'll echo that. I have trust in our administration, and the CAO has guaranteed me that your property taxes will not increase because of fire. We'll save $41,000 in operating costs this year, more next year, and in the next few years, over $2 million in capital expenditures. So the decisions that have been made have not been made lightly, and they've been planned out accordingly. So it's a very complicated issue and very complicated question to answer in a minute.
I think both the town and county are encouraging volunteers to have the ability to work with both departments. I think that's important. And I think that the businesses in Stettler will be more apt to let some of their have their employees as volunteers, because we got to remember that the businesses, when they leave, are still probably paying their employee or losing their work time during the time they're gone. So I'm hoping, and I think it'll be positive, that we will have volunteers, because we will have businesses that will be more apt to let them go.
That decision was made by the previous council, and while I don't have all the details, if I'm elected, I will review the information and the reasoning behind that. But from talking to the citizens at their door, I know that the situation between the town and county regarding the fire department has created a lot of concern. The reality is, when services are duplicated, taxpayers on both sides end up paying more. And long term, I just don't think that's sustainable. As I say, I wasn't a part of the decision that brought us here, but I truly hope that there's a way to rebuild that partnership. The town and county have worked together successfully in the past, and I believe that we can go back to that relationship through transparency, communication, and mutual respect. Our goal should always be to provide excellent emergency services in a way that's fiscally responsible to everyone.
Has there been any consideration for the town to purchase the lottery building and having the doctors work together to make it a large medical facility? If not, do you have any ideas or strategies to attract businesses to the town? Now, again, if you're a newbie, you're going to have a little bit different perspective on that. But you can still give us some ideas.
Yeah, thank you. So again, I don't know if it's been approached to council or not regarding the lottery building. I know that we have discussed it at Stettler at our Doctor Recruitment and Retention Committee as a potential location for a third clinic in our community. But I have no idea, whether that has been brought to the council of Stettler or not. In my opinion, we don't really get consensus with the two clinics that we have right now regarding opening a third municipally funded clinic because the doctors actually own the clinics that they have now. So it's a really complex structure when it comes to understanding it. They're their own business, and for us to jump in there as a municipality, I'm not sure that's the right thing to do and build a clinic for them. So, but I think it's a good question and it's a great space. I think it would be a wonderful place for maybe the RCMP barracks and a doctor's office.
I can't speak to it because I'm not on council, but I will say I've toured that building and it's quite beautiful inside. And there's a lot we could do with it. It doesn't necessarily just have to be a physician's office. There's advanced technology we could be looking at. You could be looking at miniature data centers there. It's got a lot of security. It has a lot of potential for our community. And I think we should be looking at going out, getting people interested in it, attracting the business, because that's the gateway into town. And we don't want that to sit there idling and eventually become an eyesore. Let's get ahead of it. Let's get the community partners in. Let's get the business in, and let's do something with that building.
Kind of going to touch on what kind of Dusty said. It's kind of new to me, but to me it makes sense that, to not let it go to waste, and let's get some businesses or something else in there to keep it going and keep it looking great for the community, because that's on a busy part of town on the west side. We need to display that. Hey, we're Stettler. Welcome to Stettler. Look at this wonderful building.
Yeah, I agree that we shouldn't let this get ahead of us. We have not been approached by the doctors. It'd be a bit of a complex issue, I think. But I like the idea of the maybe new RCMP barracks there. The RCMP are bursting at the seams in their present location. Maybe that's a possibility. I also like that idea of the a data center. That's something that Alberta has been attracting data centers in the province. Maybe that's something that Stettler could champion. There could be a lot of other ideas too that we could come up with, I think. So, we need more business. We need that in this town. So we have to be putting our thinking caps on and collaborating. Thank you.
So when it comes to the municipality getting into that, it's a tricky subject because the doctors are in private business, and we don't want to create any kind of unfair advantage for one clinic or another, or anything that would drive doctors away that are invested in this community. So I think we really ought to be careful. It could be something potential in the future, but I think it would take a lot of careful consideration and a lot of conversations with interested parties that are currently in town. As far as attracting business, I think the best thing we can do as a town right now, given our current situation, is just be really flexible on prospective new businesses and making it work, making it simple for development permits and just working with business. Thank you.
The problem with sitting next to Travis is he steals all my answers before I can give them. But I agree, it's the same thing. I don't think that's a good fit for the town to purchase that building for the purpose of a medical center. I think that would create more problems than it would solve. But I do think that's a wonderful space for some business to come and use it efficiently. That's all.
More of the same. If doctors are interested in converting the lottery building, then that would be amazing, but I'd be exceptionally hesitant to download the expense of overhead onto the local taxpayer, which includes myself. Yeah, that's all I have to say about that.
I'm just much the same. I think it's important to respect that the doctors own their own clinic, or at least the other clinic. They run independent businesses, and I don't think that it's the town's role to tell them how they need to operate their business.
So if you've seen my signs, you know that I believe in honest representation, and I believe that part of honest representation is acknowledging when I don't yet have the answers, and on this issue I certainly don't, although I do believe that it is a prime location and a prime building, and it does need to be utilized, so we need to do what we can to encourage someone or a business to use that space.
So there's two ways to approach this, and I've got to say that the idea of the RCMP barracks appeals to me. The lottery buildings looked empty for years because they just haven't even had staff parking up front of it, even though they've been active in the building. When it comes to the fact with doctors, we have to remember these are private, for-profit businesses. So when we've tried to make suggestions on, hey, have you thought about this angle? Or the province is doing this new funding model if you did this, and we basically got rebuffed. And that's fair. It's their business. One of the doctors' clinics owns their space. One of them leases their space. In the mall, there's an existing space where the ones that lease left. It's still there. Renovating that would be minimal by comparison to buying a building. So there's different ways of looking at it, but if we were to put money in towards opening another clinic for additional doctors, oh yeah, there'd be hell to pay.
Given that many residents in Stettler own dogs and the current off-leash park is quite far from one end of town, it's actually, I believe, on the east end of town, would the town consider adding a second, perhaps fenced off leash area at West Stettler Park? And there's also been mention of the parvovirus in our current off-leash park. Are there any plans to address that by the town?
I can't speak about the virus because I'm not there on council. But part of what I'm running on is the livability. I have dogs. I live over in Grandview on the west side. I love the idea of being able to take my dog somewhere to walk where I don't have to drive all the way across town. That being said, we have to consider the fiscal responsibility of this, right? And is this a good value for return on our tax dollars? Right now our budget is already tight enough. I don't think we can afford it, especially when we're doing a 6% tax raise and 4% of that's going to the doctors initiative. So I'm not convinced it's a good investment, but as a dog lover, I love the idea.
What I think it is I think it'd be a burden on taxpayers, right? I mean, our taxes have gone up and up as it is. For now, I mean, I think we got to play it safe and keep things fiscally responsible. So I say no to it.
Yeah, that's an easy one for me as well. I agree we don't need the extra expense at this point in time. As far as the virus goes, I would have to consult with some expert on that. I don't know enough about that, whether it's truthful or what actually is going on that way. We have a great West Stettler Park. You can walk your dog there on the leash. Yeah, we have a dog park, so I think that's suitable. Thank you.
Yeah, as a dog owner, I'd love to see another dog park in that part of town, right close to my house. But same thing, every $60,000 we spend is another 1% tax increase to us. So I think it is on the long-term radar. We have land for it. It's just when we get to the right time, I guess. I would like to see it, but I don't think it's a real pressing issue for me. And I'm not sure on the parvo. I can't comment on that.
We have tossed this idea around already of fencing off an area in West Stettler Park, but it's challenging. It's not super feasible with the space that we have. But having said that, we do have an area earmarked with future expansion and growth that we have a spot for a dog park, but that's not anytime soon. That's going to be a ways down the road. And like others have said, we just need to be fiscally responsible and be careful about what we're spending our money on, which is essentially your money and my money. I'm a taxpayer too.
Echoing that too, yes, we have considered it. It is on the long-term list, but we need to be fiscally responsible right now. And having been on Facebook, I prepared some stuff about parvo. Unfortunately, parvo is everywhere, and something like 80% of dog parks test positive for parasites. There's only been one report, I think, on Facebook. There hasn't been an official report to the town at all. If vets are out there and it's an epidemic, let us know. But I just recommend that if your dog hasn't had its shots, maybe stay away from any dog park from the sounds of it.
I'm going to reiterate, I love dogs too. I would love to have a dog park at our end of town. Again, it's still, I don't believe we're in a financial position to develop one at this time. And the parvo, I'm the same. I have no idea.
I would just like to say that I believe it is the responsibility of your town council to prioritize and determine what is essential now and what can be held off for different times. And I believe the second dog park is certainly a decision that can be delayed.
The strategic plan that we do every year, a West End dog park is on it every year. It doesn't make the top 5 list, which we would budget for. We then consider what could go into the operating budget for Parks and Leisure. So it gets discussed every year, and I live on the West End too, so it would be really wonderful. But I want to say this with genuine respect. This is Stettler driving all the way across town to the dog park. The West End Dog Park will happen when we have development growth in that area, and then it can be budget friendly to do so. We might even have a developer that'll say, hey, put one here. But come on, drive across town.
Gord's answer is great. I can't beat that. I trust the council in the past. I trust the decisions that they have made. They've made it, with your taxpayers' dollars in mind. And we have to respect the fact that this has been around the table, sounds like more than once. And I truly just respect the way that they have dealt with it so far. I'm glad that it's in the future, that there's something that is going to be potentially coming in the future. But yeah, it's 4 minutes to get from one end of town to the other.
What's something that a new mayor can bring that has been missing or to this new council? Or what is something that previous mayors and councils have done that you hope will not be lost? Do you want me to do it again?
Forgive me, please repeat that question.
Okay, I'm really sorry, I have terrible feedback here. What is something that a new mayor can bring to this new council that has been missing? Or what previous achievements or what achievements that previous mayors or councils have done that you hope will not be lost?
Let's start with hope not to be lost. Cohesive, analytical, thorough, collaborative. We debate, excuse the expression, we debate the shit out of some topics. We really do, but we leave the room friends. We make sure that when we vote, it's unanimous because whoever was the person that was against something, hey, it's a team. Now, my biggest concern was, hey, are we gonna look like shame when we have unanimous votes all the time? But that's one of the real parts about how we've worked together. As for mayor and what can a new mayor bring to the town that's been lacking, I can't answer that. But I can tell you what I'll bring to the town is I'll bring 4 years of complete dedication, 8 years of historical experience, 30 years of being here in business, and being part of the community and getting out there and being around people. You know, my son I said, Mike, I need a website. Oh my God, I'm running for mayor. I need a website. He says, Dad, take a breath. Just be you. Be out there and be the mayor that you want to be. That's what I think that a new mayor can bring to town.
Those are two really good questions. What can a new mayor bring to the council that has been missing? Probably my first comment's going to be collaboration with our largest municipal partner, the county. I think that we can do a better job, and what I would bring as mayor is a very open relationship and try to build that relationship back to where it needs to be. I use Stettler Needs Doctors and the collaboration that we had with the town and the county on that front, that we need to utilize that as the model that we use for all of the things we do between the town and the county. That was an unbelievable success for our town and the county to work together. The town and county worked together in a massive collaboration, and we accomplished something that no other community in Canada could accomplish. And that's the power of Stettler. So, you know, I think that we can do that in so many other things that we have shared opportunities in, and I would bring that to the office of mayor. The second question, what has been done in the past that will not be lost? There's been some great mayors in this community. You know, I go back, I was really good friends with Dick Richards. I went to school with him. He was a wonderful man, and you know, he led with strength. And that's something that I think that we really need is making sure that we honor that approach. I think he was a very strong person, and he had his but you could debate him, and he would always, you know, come up with the right answer at the end of the day and respect your opinion. So I think we just need to make sure we have open and honest debate with the mayor and the person that's in that mayor's chair, and have the ability to make sound decisions for the town.
And we're going to begin with our concluding remarks, and we're going to reverse the order. So our first speaker giving his concluding remarks will be Wayne Smith.
Thank you. As we close tonight, I want to thank you for taking the time to be here and for caring about your community and the future of this town. And when you vote, you're trusting us, your council, to make thoughtful decisions on your behalf. And I don't come into this position with a personal agenda or a list of things that I want changed. In fact, anyone running for council with an axe to grind or a crusade for change will quickly find out that that's not how the job works. Each councillor has one vote among 7, and that process naturally filters out the extremes. We have to work together. This isn't a place for strong egos, it's a place for service, for listening, for weighing all sides and making deliberate, balanced decisions that keep Stettler moving forward. I'm not in this for recognition or personal gain. I see my role as a servant, someone who genuinely cares for this community and works to make it an even better place to live. You can have confidence that I will continue to make sound, well-informed decisions with the best interests of Stettler at heart. I love this town, and I have truly loved serving on council, and I'd be honored to continue that for another term. Thank you.
Thank you. Travis Randall.
When I first took on the challenge of councillor, I came with a personal motivation and goal of becoming more community involved. That goal was very quickly accomplished, contributing and volunteering on multiple committees and boards. I didn't know that serving on council was going to be as rewarding as it was, and all the ways you get to support so many community organizations and you get to just feel good about it. When I first received my committee appointments, the demand seemed overwhelming. However, I jumped in with both feet and gave it my best effort. It was not long before I found myself volunteering for extra events, fundraisers, and helping wherever I could, and actually really enjoying my contributions to the community. My point is, if I'm re-elected, no matter what task I'm confronted with, my promise is to take it seriously and give it my best effort. I had the opportunity to serve on the Healthcare Professional Recruitment and Retention Committee. This committee proved to be critically important to our community while facing doctor and ER closures. Here I learned how incredibly effective we can be when we get out of our silos and work together with community partners. Working together towards a common goal, we can achieve incredible results. If re-elected, I promise to work collaboratively with our partners and stay true to my priorities. I commit to listen to all residents, be transparent, and work on council to build the best Stettler possible. After all, I am also a resident and a taxpayer in this community. I believe I want the same thing as everyone else here, an affordable place to live with a high quality of life. Thank you. I hope to earn your vote.
Thank you. Scott Pfeiffer?
Thank you. Travis, you just stole my line. I want to say I am also a resident of Stettler and taxpayer like all of you. So a lot of your issues and concerns are the same issues and concerns that I have. And I want to bring those concerns, I want to communicate with you and listen to you and bring those concerns to our councillor table. I love Stettler and its people. We have a high quality of life here. I want to be part of continuing to maintain and improve life for our residents in our town. And I really enjoy being part of the team that we've had. I want to be part of a continuing team that inspires unity, civic pride. I want to be a good ambassador for this town and its people. I believe that we have a bright future here. We should be grateful for the hard work and commitment of generations that came before us to help build this town to where we are in the present. I wish all of my fellow candidates all the best in the campaign, and I look forward to serving the town along with you if I am elected. Thank you.
Jonathan Nichols?
Yes, I'd just like to say thank you for everybody coming out tonight and sticking it out with us here. It's great to see. If I get elected, I hope to be serving on a great team here with the rest of the councillors and the mayor, and making sure that the priorities of the people of the town of Stettler, that we stay focused on it. That we stay focused on the essentials, having this town run properly. And to me, I think if other people see that, other businesses, that will attract more people investment to come into Stettler. So again, if I get elected, I look forward to serving you all. Thank you.
Thank you, and thank you to everyone who took the time to be here tonight, and all the great questions. Over the past weeks, I've had the privilege of meeting so many residents at the door, the rink, and around town. And one thing is clear, people love this community and want to see it grow responsibly, stay affordable, and remain a great place to raise a family. That's what this is about. It's about fairness, growth, and livability. Fairness so taxpayers know their money is managed wisely and decisions are made openly. Growth so we attract new opportunities and create jobs right here in Stettler. And livability so families, businesses, and seniors all have the support and spaces they need to thrive. I've spent my career leading teams, solving problems, and making decisions when the stakes are high. That's the kind of steady, practical leadership I want to bring to council. Leadership that listens, builds partnerships, and gets results. I'm proud to call Stettler home, and I'm ready to work hard for it every day. On October 20th, I'm honored to earn your support.
Thank you. Now, candidate for mayor, Dean Lovell.
Thank you. Friends, neighbors, fellow Stettlerites, candidates, and to Jane, our moderator. Thank you. I stand before you tonight not as a career politician, but as a business leader, husband, a father, who is deeply invested in this community. I offer over 30 years of executive experience of managing multi-million-dollar budgets, leading teams, the kind of results-driven leadership that the mayor's office requires. We've seen what we can achieve when we work together. The success of recruitment of the doctors in 13 months, that initiative proves our collective strength. As mayor, I will bring the same common sense, results-first approach to address our current challenges, especially the urgent need for affordable housing that we require right now, and ensuring fiscal prudence to make sure we keep our taxes low. My vision is clear: efficient, proactive Stettler that serves as a leading hub in Central Alberta. I rely on the expertise of our town staff, the wisdom of the council, and most importantly, the unfiltered voice of you, the people. On election day, I ask that you choose a fresh perspective and a proven solution. Choose leadership that listens, that acts, and is capable of managing the town. Vote Dean Lovell for mayor on the 20th. Thank you.
Also running for mayor, Gord Lawler.
Thank you. Thank you to everybody for coming out tonight, both in person and online. Thank you to the Board of Trade. Thank you for the library staff for hosting this and running our high-tech stuff. Jane still scares me. 6 months ago, I bet the farm and put my name in for the mayor's chair. You know that after all these years, whether I've been on stage or at the council table, one thing has never changed. My belief in the people of Stettler. We're not just a dot on the map. We're a community of neighbors who look out for each other. And that's the spirit that I want to bring to the mayor's chair. I'm not offering you grand, complicated promises. I'm offering you what I've always offered: hard work, honesty, willingness to listen, availability. Whether it's a concern about taxes, which my wife and I pay as well, or a complaint about a pothole, you deserve an answer. And like I said, I'll always give you the truth, even if I have to deliver it with a joke to soften the blow. I've never done this work for recognition or headlines. I do it because this town matters to me. Every child, every student, every senior, every neighbor. And if you see me at 6:30 in the morning clearing snow, pouring wine at dinner theater, or covered in pumpkin guts at the HYC during the pumpkin carving events, you already know what kind of mayor I'd be. My priorities are clear: responsible spending, supporting our essential services, fighting for the investment that we need in housing and infrastructure. It's about making smart choices today for a thriving Stettler tomorrow. So when you're making your decision, think about the leader that you want. Do you want someone who knows every street in this town, not just from a map, but from clearing its sidewalks, driving a school bus, or cruising in my slingshot? I look forward to your vote on October 20th.
Thank you. Sharon Fisher, running for Stettler Town Council.
Thank you again to everyone who took the time to be here this evening and to all those who made the forum possible. As I wrap up, I want to leave you with a simple message. I'm running for Stettler Town Council because I believe in this community and I believe in the power of listening, collaboration, and honest leadership. Transparency matters to me. You deserve to know not only how decisions are being made, but why they're made. If elected, I will always be open and I will work to ensure your voices are truly heard and reflected. What I bring is a new and thoughtful perspective, one shaped by my experience in leadership, a strong connection to this community, a strong sense of integrity, and a genuine desire to serve. I'm not here with a personal agenda or a checklist of promises. I'm here to represent you. I'm here to ask questions, to bring new ideas forward, and to help shape solutions that reflect who we are and where we want to go as a town. Whether it's through supporting local businesses, creating opportunities for families and young people, or encouraging smart, sustainable growth, I want to be a part of a council that works to make Stettler even stronger. We need to continue looking ahead, finding meaningful, balanced ways to grow while preserving what makes this town so special. I want to help ensure that Stettler remains a vibrant, welcoming, thriving community for generations to come. I do not see this as a political role. I see it as an opportunity to serve, and my responsibility is to listen, to show up, and to be honest with you. If elected, I will do my best to represent this town with transparency, respect, and genuine commitment to the people who live here. Thank you for your consideration. I would be honored to have your vote and honored to serve this community.
Serving on council comes with a wide range of responsibilities, from understanding municipal policies and budgets to working collaboratively with administration and community partners. These roles take time to learn. Experience provides the knowledge and perspective needed to make informed, balanced decisions that move our community forward. Although we do our best to make decisions that benefit all residents, it's not always possible to meet everyone's expectations. Finding a balance that serves the majority of our residents is often the best option for those involved. Council decisions must consider the long-term interests of the entire community, balancing needs, priorities, and available resources. Experienced leadership takes the taxpayer's needs and the needs of its residents into account to help ensure these choices are made thoughtfully, fairly, and respectfully. As a councillor, I will continue to endeavor to do all these things while being well prepared, engaged, and committed to all the committees I serve on and for the residents of Stettler. My email address and phone number are posted on the Town of Stettler website, and I would be happy to discuss any questions, ideas, or concerns you may have. I would ask that you please consider re-electing me as councillor for the wonderful town we live in and the place I call home.
Thank you. Kurt Baker.
Yes. Oh, there we go. Thank you, Jane, Board of Trade, Library, for facilitating this. And thank you all again for being here and caring about the future of your community. I'm running for re-election because I believe in Stettler and the people who make it great. I'll continue to inform myself, understand the short-term, long-term, big picture for Stettler, and make constructive and responsible decisions for the community. Over the past term, I've worked hard to be a steady, practical voice focused on listening, making thoughtful decisions, and helping Stettler navigate through the ripples of a tough economy, and cracking some jokes along the way too. I'm proud of what we've accomplished, but I know there's more to do. If you give me the opportunity to serve again, I'll keep showing up, working hard, and putting the needs of the community first, just like I always have. I truly appreciate your support. Thank you.
Should we just have another round of applause for these candidates? All been here. We all have a lot of tough decisions. Each candidate is very, very good. All right, thank you for coming out tonight, and thank you to our organizers, to the Stettler Board of Trade and the Stettler Public Library, and of course to the candidates, and of course to you for here in the building and online. You have joined us because you want to be engaged and you want to be educated and make an educated decision on October the 20th. So thank you for coming out and thank you for joining us.